How about SMT versus Pokemon? This is going to be the worldwide clash.
Flash is
Especially,
a
I'm
fighting.
excited for 5 to come out on like the Switch because it's like Pokemon's console.
Probably
So
four
like,
is on the 3DS, and
yeah, but this will be the first SMT that comes out on an actual console, and I guess
A
Pokemon
Nocturne
also.
remaster, but okay.
yeah, so you're wrong.
You're right. You're right. But it's a newer game. I mean, like a new game in the series, like a big version of it. And Pokemon's also really the first time they're on a console as well.
Dude, and I mean they're both coming out the same month. I mean they're doing the Gen 4 remakes, which
Yeah.
exist. Those will be out this month as well. So yeah, it's like that is a good point. It's the Clash of the Titans. I'm curious to see. I mean, if you had to ask me, I'm going to tell you probably Pokemon's probably going to sell more. That's just because it's Pokemon,
Yeah.
you know. And but yeah, I mean, honestly, if I had to recommend somebody, even though I have zero interest in playing 5 right now. That's just me and my time, and I want to play it through. I want to finish 4. But if somebody asked me which one they should buy, the SMT5 or the Pokemon Gen 4 remakes, I'd probably tell them SMT5. That's probably a better quality game.
I think the more comparable one will be Pokemon Arceus versus SMT5 because it is a Gen 4
Yeah, it's
Pokemon game.
Or you could go Sword and Shield.
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
But I think that is a very bold comparison. Those
Demons
two,
have
like,
swords. Pokemon are shields. You know.
no. I think Sword and Shield is the embodiment of what Pokemon has become,
Oh yeah.
and SMT5 will be the embodiment of them not ever trying to change that formula, which should be an interesting comparison.
I mean, that's the same. I mean, that's what Sword and Shield was an unwillingness to change in a lot of ways.
I think they changed a lot in
Oh, I'm the opposite.
in ways that I don't like.
I think which we're not going to go off on a rant, but I think Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I've poured a ton of time into, doesn't feel like a complete game until after you get the DLC. And before that, it feels like another Pokemon game, just like the same shit. So, are you saying SMT5 isn't going to change? You don't think it's going to do anything vastly different, or
No, not at all.
to shake up the series?
SMT is kind of like Dragon Quest in that it's really, really rooted in its tradition, and it does not like to stray from it. I think you're gonna see probably all the same mechanics, just about that were in 3 and that are in 4. You're gonna see all that, and then maybe like a couple minor touches that make it newer. Maybe they'll change something slightly in the fusion department, but you'll see very much the same game with better graphics, reanimated characters, and I love it for that.
It must be nice to have that comfort, because as a Final Fantasy fan, I'm terrified every time a new game comes out.
Yeah.
Well,
I think with Final Fantasy, they just have to throw darts to the board.
It's like I'm terrified to play any new Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
So you say the unwillingness to change. I say praise them.
the opportunity not to change.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Dragon Quest syndrome. They know what people like, and so then they have no reason to change it. And if they did, it would just be like, what? With regards to mechanics, I think Pokemon has overstayed its welcome. It was unique at a time, and then it stopped being unique. And with Megami Tensei, the formula doesn't get old. It's weird, because both have kind of stayed the same, but one is tired, and the other is always intuitive and engaging.
Yeah, well, I think SMT they've evolved in such completely different ways. SMT has evolved in just getting more in a way complex, but it really just polishing,
Mhm.
continuing to polish with each iteration because you can with the technology. Whereas Pokemon has evolved, but the way that it's evolved is let's make it more accessible. Let's make it more simplified. Let's add some weird story that I can't imagine anybody caring about, like to try to keep people interested. Shorten the game. I think it's only like 10 hours long, Pokemon Sword and Shield without the DLC. Something like that. It's they've gone the and then SMT goes the exact opposite. Like, no, we will not make our game accessible. If anything, we'll make it harder with each iteration and tell you less and less information. So it's just interesting to see them like evolve in such different, divergent ways.